Hi everybody, I'm Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I'm based right outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia. My clients, however, are all throughout the United States. They're spread out in any state throughout the United States because immigration is considered a federal practice. So no matter where in the U.S. you are located, we can help you with your immigration matters. We do practice different types of immigration. Unlike many firms in the US, we do handle business cases for work visas and work-based green cards. So that's employment-based green cards and employment visas like an H-1B, E-visas for investors, EB-5 green cards for people that are applying for green cards based on investments. But also we handle family-based cases where you're sponsoring family members, parents, brothers, sisters, spouses, children, right? We can help with any of those types of applications. And also we work on humanitarian cases, so people that are victims of abuse, people that are victims of crime, people that are victims of trafficking or have been trafficked in the past. We can help them with humanitarian applications, which can essentially result in a green card, which can make them eligible for a green card if they do get approved. Okay? So I'm here to answer questions about immigration. These are they're general responses. If you want to get specific information about your immigration matter, I would suggest scheduling a consultation with our firm. You can do that on our website, agarwalimmigration.com, or you can do it on our Facebook page, Agarwal Immigration. If you want to be notified when I'm on live, I'm an immigration attorney answering questions that I'm on frequently. If you want to be notified, make sure you like us and follow us on our social media platforms. You can do that on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, and on Facebook. We are Agarwal Immigration on all the platforms. So if you follow us, like us, you'll be notified. I would suggest perhaps following or liking us on multiple platforms because you may get notified here and there. There's another trick if you're watching right now. I am most responsive to questions, so sometimes some of the platforms have lots and lots of viewers and lots of questions. Sometimes on TikTok, for example, we're at 50 to 100 viewers and I might not see your question. So the trick would be check us out on YouTube or on Instagram or Facebook, where the people that are joining us live are not as many, so I will be more likely to see your question. So again, our handle is Agarwal Immigration on all our platforms. My name again is Pratibha Agarwal. If you don't already follow us or like us on our various social media platforms, go ahead and do that. And a tip for me to be able to see your question live, I will try to get to all of them, but just in case, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook do have the most manageable number of viewers for me, so I'm able to see you there. But if you want to just follow along, please feel free to do that. We have multiple videos, multiple blogs on our website that does talk about immigration. If you want to learn a little bit about immigration and get some general information, go ahead and check out our website. Schedule a consultation with me by phone, by Zoom, or in person. You can do that on our Facebook page or on our website, agarwalimmigration.com. Okay? All right. And hi, nice to see you. Hi, Muzaffar. Say hello if you're joining me for the first time. I'm going to start off with my question of the day. But say hello if you're joining me for the first time. If you want, if you have a question, feel free to put it in there. If you want to just say hello and follow along, just to get a little bit better idea about immigration and how it works and how the government might think about your case or just about you generally. This is helpful for you to just get an idea and a sense about immigration generally as well. Okay, thanks all for joining me. Hi Eric, hi Blue Hawk, hi all of these various users here on TikTok. Thank you so much for joining me today. So I'm on here live to answer questions. Again, if you're just joining, I am based outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia. We have a small law firm and we only practice exclusively immigration law. So we don't practice anything outside of U.S. immigration law. We do handle various types of immigration, including employment-based cases, family-based cases, and humanitarian cases like T visas, U visas, VAWA as well. Okay? All right. Okay, so I see some questions, and thanks for popping on here and putting them here. I will answer them just shortly. I just want to get started. So one of the questions that we get, and this is a case type that we handle very often, so we can answer multiple questions on this if you have any, is how do I get a green card through VAWA, right? We handle a lot of VAWA applications and definitely a lot of VAWA green card applications. How can I get a green card through VAWA? So VAWA is for people, and in our firm, the most common case type is for someone who is married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, and that person, it's a real marriage. Number one, it's a real marriage. It's not just for immigration purposes. It can be for whatever length of time. You have to have lived with this person at some point. It doesn't have to be for any minimum amount of time, but you want to show that you've lived with them. And there has to be abuse in the marriage. So the abuse takes various forms. The most common form that we see is emotional, psychological, and verbal abuse. And so if you are married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, if you have lived with them and there's abuse in the marriage, it doesn't matter how you entered the U.S., it doesn't matter if you're still in status or not in status, and it doesn't matter if your spouse is willing to help you with the green card process or not. You can apply potentially for a green card on your own without the help of your spouse. So with VAWA, we apply for VAWA, which is a self-petition without the help of your spouse based on all of the things that I just mentioned. We also apply for a green card if you're eligible. So you're eligible for a green card if you're not in removal proceedings and you are eligible for VAWA. So we will apply for VAWA, the green card, work permit, and travel authorization. So we apply for all four of those things for people that are eligible. Most of the time, most of our clients are eligible for all of those things unless they're in removal proceedings, which is a different process. But that is what VAWA is. So VAWA is for people who are married to U.S. citizens or green card holders. They have lived with them for whatever amount of time, and there's some kind of abuse in that marriage. And this is our case type. Other people, parents, for example, do qualify for VAWA, but this is our most common case type. And you would be eligible for a green card, for a work permit, for travel authorization if you qualify. So call us if you find yourself in this place, if you find yourself in a situation where your spouse is not helping you with the green card, or there is abuse in the marriage and you're nervous about asking your spouse or having to rely on your spouse to help sponsor that green card. You might be eligible to do it on your own, actually even without their knowledge. So you can schedule a consultation with us. We'll walk you through the full process. My name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. We do our consultations by phone, by Zoom, or in person. So the best way to reach us is by calling our office at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. You can also go online and schedule right now. I know my office has closed at 5, so no one might pick up the phone right now. We will be open again at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. But if you want to go online right now and schedule, you can do that on our Facebook page or our website, agarwalimmigration.com. Facebook would be Agarwal Immigration as our handle, and you can schedule a consultation right there. So I hope that answers many questions. We had several people sign on with us for VAWA just today and yesterday, so we're pretty busy with VAWA applications, but happy to answer questions for those of you that are trying to get some more clarity to see if this is the right fit for you. All right. So Natalie is saying, can you transfer the PD from a withdrawn I-130 to an I-360? So is that I think you mean prosecutorial discretion. So prosecutorial discretion is essentially essentially the government is saying that that they're not going to pursue your removal proceedings, that they're not going to move forward. They're going to put your removal proceedings, your removal case on pause while you get everything figured out with USCIS. Remember, if you have a case with immigration court, you most likely cannot move forward with USCIS unless the government closes out that case on one end. So an I-130 is a joint marriage-based application. You can't necessarily transfer the I-130, the PD from the I-130 to the I-360, which is for the VAWA case. However, if they granted prosecutorial discretion based on the I-130, most likely you'll be eligible for prosecutorial discretion based on the I-360. It's going to be something that you'll need to check with the government attorneys on. If they've already given it to you, most likely they are going to give it again, but you will need it again because it's a different type of application. Oh, the priority date you're saying. I'm so sorry. Okay. PD priority date, Natalie. Thank you. Apologies there. So Natalie, maybe you're not in proceedings, which is awesome. Great news. Can you transfer the priority date? You don't really need to transfer the priority date, to be honest, because everything, if you're married to a U.S. citizen, it's current, right? If you have a priority date from an I-130 and you're married to a green card holder, you can potentially ask to get that transferred. It's not always guaranteed because it's a different application, but essentially everything is current, so you don't necessarily need to transfer a priority date at this point. It doesn't help you so much. It doesn't help you so much, but you could say that this is being converted to an I-360, and you can hold the adjustment of status application that you filed with your I-130 in some cases, and convert it to a VAWA petition if your spouse is no longer willing to help you and is no longer willing to jointly sponsor that green card with you. Okay, I hope that is helpful to you guys. Give us a call if you have any questions, if you want to talk about your specific case. This is, again, general information. Nothing is confidential, of course, because we are streaming on multiple platforms with multiple viewers. Okay, I hope that's helpful, but reach out to us if I can help. Again, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I'm based outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia. Our clients can be anywhere in the U.S. because immigration is a federal practice. So no matter where you are located in the U.S., we can help you with your immigration cases. Okay? All right, awesome. I think we got that question. Let me see what other questions are on here. Can I get a driver's license with a prima facie determination? Can I get a driver's license with a prima facie determination? For those of you that don't know what a prima facie determination is, it is sort of like a pre-approval in a VAWA case. So essentially it means that the government looked at your application and they're most likely to approve it. You do qualify on the application's face. You have all of the elements required for approval. The government is going to sift through it, go through it in detail, make sure that you don't have any inconsistencies with prior applications or any criminal issues and other issues that might prevent you from getting a green card. But on its face, your packet looks like it's ready and could be approved. So you get this prima facie determination usually 2 to 3 months after you submit your VAWA and green card application. Your VAWA application specifically is what the prima facie determination applies to. And in many states you can get a driver's license. Just know that driver's license is a state specific issue. So in one state you might be eligible, in another state you might not. So you want to check that out. I don't know specifically the rules for Texas. Eric is asking about Texas, but check it out. You may be able to get a driver's license because it shows that you're eligible for an immigration benefit, and that if you have a adjustment of status application already pending, that shows that you're allowed to be here, your adjustment pending with regard to your status. So that receipt notice and the prima facie determination may be enough to get you a driver's license. So that's something to think about if you're in a state where this might be enough for you to get a driver's license. Okay, but just know some states you don't even need to be in status to be eligible for a driver's license, like Maryland, for example. You don't need to be eligible to have a driver's license. Okay, guys, give us a call if we can help you with your VAWA applications. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. My name again is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I'm on here frequently, so make sure you like us and follow us on our social media platforms. We are streaming from YouTube, from Instagram, from Facebook, and TikTok right now. We're Agarwal Immigration on all of the platforms. So if you want to be notified, if you want to make sure you know when I'm on here so you can ask questions, please make sure you follow us and like us on the platforms. And of course, if you have friends or family that may have immigration questions or would be interested in joining us next time, please share this post with them so they can also join us next time I am on live. Okay, Eric, thanks for posting that question so many times. All right. HR says, thoughts on college in the U.S. and pricing. I'm not sure what you mean. We only handle U.S. immigration law, so hopefully you have an immigration-related question, if you want to apply as a student, I would suggest doing it abroad and not doing a change of status, just because it should be a little bit faster in terms of adjudication of your application. All right, Wes is saying, my VAWA was approved in 2018, my I-485 is pending, why can't they give me the information? We don't know what exactly is holding that up. Usually it takes about 3 years or so to get an interview for your adjustment of status application. Congratulations on having the VAWA approved. That's usually the hard part. Everything else is kind of downhill unless you have a specific inadmissibility issue. You may require a waiver, so that's something to keep in mind. You want to identify any potential reasons why the government might not want to give you a green card. Maybe it's a previous application, maybe it's inconsistencies in what they're seeing and what's submitted right now, or maybe it's a criminal or other kind of good moral character issue potentially. So give us a call. Maybe we'd be able to help you figure out what's going on and also help you figure out if there's a way to speed up the application process. Maybe it's just got lost in the mix somewhere, which is very, very possible. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Check out our website or our Facebook page if you want to schedule a consultation with us. You can do that at our website, agarwalimmigration.com, or our Facebook page. Agarwal Immigration is our handle. Okay? If someone lived here for 20 years and they're 50 years old, can he get his citizenship without answering? So I think you're asking about the civics exam questions. You can get an interpreter. So you can get an interpreter if you've lived here for a certain amount of time and you hit a certain age. So 20, 50 is kind of one of the ways you can qualify to not have to speak English. If you've lived in the U.S. for 20 years, and you are at least 50 years old, you can use an interpreter, but you still have to study the civics exam questions and pass the civics exam. The interpreter will be present in most cases with you at the interview, or they can appear by phone. That's what they had been doing for COVID related issues. But if they are here, if they are present in the room with you, they can certainly help interpret the questions and interpret the answer. But yes, if you've lived here for 20 years and you're at least 50 years old, you can use an interpreter for your citizenship exam. But you still have to take the civics exam, which is part of the full citizenship picture. And of course, otherwise qualify for citizenship as well. Okay, if you want to know whether you qualify, if you need a waiver and you want to know how a medical waiver works so you can skip all of the civics exam and the English exam, we can explain to you how to qualify for a medical waiver and get those requirements waived. Give us a call, 703-348-1663, or check out our website, agarwalimmigration.com, or our Facebook page, Agarwal Immigration, in order to schedule a consultation with us to chat more about your immigration case. All right? Please speak on humanitarian parole. Marie, I see so many times your question. Thank you. I see that you're very eager to get that question answered. Okay, humanitarian parole. So humanitarian parole is essentially an urgent humanitarian reason to allow you to either stay in the U.S. or enter the U.S. So people that are outside the U.S. can apply for humanitarian parole. So the idea is similar to something like asylum. So we do humanitarian parole. We have a lot of cases pending for people, for example, that are citizens of Afghanistan that are no longer in Afghanistan, but they're elsewhere to escape the Taliban, of course. And so we have applied for humanitarian parole to allow them permission to enter the U.S. because their life is at risk if they are not permitted permission to be in the U.S. And we talk about all of the ways in which they've helped U.S. government interests. So we do that for many different people. Again, people in the Ukraine sometimes also qualify for humanitarian parole. There are other countries that will qualify as well, but in our firm, the most common nationality for people applying for humanitarian parole right now at our firm is people from Afghanistan, people from the Ukraine. And so we apply for them. Once they get approved, they can enter the U.S. and they will apply for asylum after they enter the U.S. They may qualify for other benefits, so we would go through that. If they don't want to apply for asylum, maybe they want to apply for employment-based green card or student visa. So we'd walk you through how that would work if you are here on humanitarian parole. Okay? Give us a call. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Check out our website. Check out our Facebook page if you want to see my availability and schedule a consultation to talk about your immigration case. All right. Okay. NM says, when you apply for VAWA with AOS, do you send all in one packet to one location? And after VAWA is approved, USCIS sends the AOS to your nearest USCIS. No, so everything is sent, it just changed, actually, it just changed the location for VAWA. So we send our VAWA and AOS packets. They were being sent to the Vermont Service Center, but now they're being sent to Nebraska. That is just to help with caseload because Vermont Service Center was getting a bit overloaded with the VAWA applications and other humanitarian applications. So the Service Center got switched over to Nebraska. That's where you send everything. So it's not just the VAWA or just the AOS. Everything is sent together to this one location. We also apply for work permit. We apply for travel authorization as well if you do qualify for all of those things. And the interview for your adjustment of status is scheduled at the field office that's closest to where you are located. Same with the biometrics appointment. You will be scheduled close to where you are located. So given our firm represents clients all throughout the United States, we do represent you at the interview, which will be near you. So you don't have to worry about traveling to DC or traveling elsewhere, but we will represent you and you will attend the interview that is in the field office that's closest to your home address. If you happen to move, that's totally fine too. We just change your address and the interview will be scheduled again wherever is most convenient to you, wherever the field office is, that is closest to you. I hope that helps, NM. Let me know if you have any other additional questions on VAWA. I would highly recommend if you're thinking about VAWA to use an attorney to do your VAWA application. That is because one of the most important pieces of evidence for your VAWA case is going to be your declaration or your affidavit. And you want to maximize and make sure you have all relevant information in there, and attorneys that have experience with VAWA can break out all the various types of abuse. They can ask you questions related to pulling out all the various types of abuse you might have endured, and you may not think of certain things, right? When you're doing these things on your own, you may not think of the verbal abuse versus the psychological abuse versus the emotional abuse that has occurred in your relationship. So I would highly suggest working with an attorney. At minimum, the affidavit, the declaration that's prepared on your behalf, of course everything has to be truthful, but what is prepared on your behalf and what could be relevant is very important to making sure that you do qualify for that benefit, because if you go through all of this on your own, the filing fees can be several thousands of dollars and you'll lose it if it gets denied. So what you want to do is prepare a really strong application, have a consultation, get your VAWA questions answered. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. And you can, of course, schedule a consultation on our Facebook page or our website, agarwalimmigration.com, if you want to check us out right now and see my availability before tomorrow when our office reopens. Okay? Great. Hi, Jay. Hi, Bamidele. Nice to see you. All right. I think I am almost done. Oops. Sorry. I am not done. I do have a couple more questions that I need to get to. Okay. Do I have to stay married to my abusive spouse until I receive an approval for my VAWA application? So do I have to stay married to an abusive spouse until my VAWA is approved? No. So once you file your VAWA application, you are free to move out. You are free to get divorced. You can even have already divorced and already have moved out and still be eligible for VAWA as long as the VAWA application is submitted within 2 years of the divorce, right? So basically, once you're divorced, if you've never filed anything, you have 2 years to file your VAWA application, your green card, and based on VAWA and whatnot. So if you're already filed, don't hesitate to move out. Don't hesitate to get divorced if it's necessary for you to protect yourself. You will be totally fine. It won't impact your application. So just know that ahead of time. So again, VAWA is for people in the type of cases we handle most often. Our clients who are filing for VAWA are married to U.S. citizens or green card holders. They have lived with them for some period of time. It doesn't matter necessarily how long. It's a real marriage. It's not just for immigration purposes, and there's some kind of abuse in the marriage, and that could be emotional, psychological, mental, verbal, and of course physical if that exists, but the physical abuse is not required. So that's something to keep in mind. If we can help you with VAWA, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can call us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. You can also schedule a consultation online on our website or our Facebook page. AgarwalImmigration.com is our website. Facebook page is Agarwal Immigration. All right, I hope that is helpful to you. If I'm divorced, okay, I think I answered this question. If I'm divorced from my spouse, can I still file VAWA? If I'm already divorced from my spouse, can I still file for VAWA? Yes, you might still be eligible to file for VAWA if your divorce occurred within 2 years. So your final divorce decree has to be less than 2 years from the time that the USCIS, the Immigration Office, receives your VAWA application, your VAWA petition. If we can help you, don't hesitate to call us 703-348-1663. Again, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I represent clients all throughout the United States in their immigration applications. Okay? All right, I think now I've gotten through most of the questions I was supposed to get through today. Let me see what other ones, just to make sure I don't miss anything. Bamidele says, I did my biometrics December 20th and my work authorization hasn't been approved yet. Is this okay for a marriage-based? I think it's probably a bit delayed, so you want to make sure that the right category maybe was selected. If you're applying for a marriage-based green card, usually we receive and expect to receive work authorization within 1 to 2 months after you do your fingerprints. So normal time frame for work authorization is about 1 to 2 months after you complete your biometrics, your fingerprints. So if it's been longer than that, you might want to look into it. I would suggest calling customer service. I would suggest checking the normal processing times for that type of application in that specific service center. And that will give you some idea of how long these are normally taking. You can call us if you would like some help with your green card process. You can reach us at 703-348-1663, or you can check out our website, agarwalimmigration.com, or our Facebook page, Agarwal Immigration, if you would like to schedule a consultation to discuss your immigration case and discuss if things look right, if they're in the right time frame. Okay? Again, Bamidele, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I help clients all throughout the United States. All right. Okay, I think I got most of the questions here on YouTube. Let's see. San says, my AOS NVC, I think that's your affidavit of support, you mean, wasn't available for online submission. Is my case going to be slower? Actually, I think the ones that do get mailed out are actually faster than the online version, right? So don't worry about that. Just worry about having accurate and complete information when you submit, no matter whether you do it online or if you do it by paper. Hope that is helpful to you. You can reach out to us if you have questions, 703-348-1663. Happy to schedule a consultation. We do them by phone, by Zoom, or in person. So reach out to us if we can help you. Jose says he had his adjustment of status interview in May of 2022. He's asked for help from a senator, from an ombudsman, no decision yet. What can I do? The next step, if you've done everything, submitted inquiries, called customer service, reached out to a senator, the next available action for you, and you have to determine whether or not you want to take it, Jose, is to file a lawsuit in federal court to force the government to make a decision on your case. So generally, immigration is required to be reasonable in the time frame that they've set forth to make a decision on your case. It has to be made within a reasonable time frame. So if they don't do that, so again, since 2022, I don't know if it's going to be really, I guess it's been almost a year, right? About a year from the time you had your green card interview. That could be unreasonable, but depending on when you filed it, it could be, several years that it's been pending. You may be prime to file a lawsuit against the government to force a decision on your case. So there are pros and cons. You want to make sure you have a strong application, that there are no issues, that if you had a waiver that was required that wasn't submitted, anything like that, you want to make sure that it's a strong application. You submitted strong evidence, because you're not forcing an approval on your case, you are forcing a decision. So that could be a negative decision. So you want to make sure you have a strong case if you're going to take that route. All right, give us a call if we can help, 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Check out our website, our Facebook page, Agarwal Immigration. Website is agarwalimmigration.com if we can help you with your applications. All right, we do, again, if you don't know me, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I help clients everywhere, all throughout the United States and abroad, with their immigration applications. If you don't already follow us, make sure you follow us and like us on our social media platforms. We're on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, and TikTok. Our handle is Agarwal Immigration on all these various platforms. And if you want to talk, schedule a consultation, you can do that website or our Facebook page, or call the office, of course, 703-348-1663. Make sure you follow us, like us, and share this post with others if you think they might want to join us next time for this conversation. All right, guys, have a great afternoon, evening. I will see you soon. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.